my friend Professor O.P. Sharma ji, under whose leadership we have been conducting, number of innovative programs. Respected Madam Mamita, who has been always a helping hand to the Professor O.P. Sharma, not only Professor O.P. Sharma, and also to all the regional centers. And today's speaker, Professor Dr. V. Aruna Murugan, who is going to talk on angel investment and venture capitalist funding opportunity for early entrepreneurs. It is an excellent topic. Actually, one should know it grassroots level up how to get it this funding opportunities for education for early stage entrepreneurs. Definitely, he is going to throw an excellent light on this topic, and this topic, even though it is accounts related and some, it needs some mathematics and commerce background to understand. But without mathematics and without accounts and without what you can any financial support, no startups will succeed in their life. Remember, therefore it is very very important. Really, I am thankful to Professor O.P. Sharmaji and Dr. Radha and Dr. Mamita for chosen. He is a good today's speaker. We have been, always, encouraged by this school, Innovative Club of Indira Gandhi Naturopathy, under the leadership of Professor O.P. Sharmaji. We have taken a liberty always, whenever his program is there, we are always lively discussion, I'm telling you. The last time, the kind of discussion took place, really a hats up to not only for him, even all the regional directors who participated, and a healthy discussion, very 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 healthy discussion to come up and to bring the name of the IGNOU to the limelight. Remember, that is the aim. That is very very important. Hope our competent authorities can understand the kind of contribution made by the innovative club and also all the regional center. The many seminars which I have been listening, I have been attending, I have been, always, on this webinars continuously. Whenever they are conducting, me while driving also, I will on it. When I am the sitting with what is that, in my chamber also, I will on it. Whenever I am moving for the IGNOU work also, I will on it because of the interest. I am telling you, the kind of interest created by the school, innovative club under the Professor Sharmaji leadership. Really, it is really worth remembering and worth thanking him. Many seminars, encouraged a lot of students. Remember, inspired a lot of students and providing an excellent opportunity for the IGNOU learners. And so many, after listening, so many students, got the awards, and, what you call, they shared their innovative ideas, which motivated others also and other university candidates also. With these few words, I don't want to talk more. From our side, we have been always 24 by 7 hours supporting to the innovative club under the Professor Sharmaji leadership and also Mamita Madam. There is absolutely no problem. We are very happy. And today's speaker, really well-known speaker, V. Aruna Murugan, I heard a lot about him. And a lot of contribution he made it. He has published a good number of articles, not only national, even international level. He awarded for PhD in one of the famous universities. Sir, thank you, welcome you, sir, once again on the behalf of our Sharma ji and also Mamita ji and also Dr. Radha and my other learned colleagues are there, Dr. Shanmugam, Dr. Kasturi, Dr. Hema Malini, and other students of Indira Gandhi National Cooperative. With these few words, over to Dr. S. Radha Antandra.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for a wonderful introduction. Now, may I request Dr. O.P. Sharma, Director NCDE, to kindly deliver the address about NCDE activities and IIC activities and the achievements secured under his dynamic leadership, please.
Thank you, Dr. Radha. Imrapur Saab, Dr. V. Arul Murugan, speaker of today, my colleague Dr. Mamita Das. As Dr. Imrapur ji has mentioned, This is one of the activities which we are organizing for IGNOU students for last so many years. Earlier, such kind of activities we were organizing under NCID, but after formulation of Institutions Innovation Council, many of these activities have been covered under the IIC activity. But in addition to that, a number of other activities are continuously being organized, because uh, all the activities which we are organizing are basically focusing on uh, helping, supporting, and guiding our those students who are willing to set up their enterprise or startup. Because the IGNOU has a vast number of students, and out of those, we have seen during the last few years that many of them are really interested in doing something at their own. They are very innovative, they have very brilliant ideas. They want to convert their ideas into some business, some startup or innovation. So here at the National Center for Innovation and Distance Education, which is our mandate also to promote innovation, entrepreneurship, and startup in the university, we took up these all activities with the help of our colleagues at the regional center. Uh, I would like to mention here the regional center. Bangalore has been very, very actively organizing a number of activities. Not only after becoming a IIC member, before that also we have seen for last several years since inception of Innovation Club at NCID. I think they were one of the first who started Innovation Club at the RC Bangalore, and since then they were organizing various kind of activities. And the motive of all these activities, whether by the regional center or by the headquarter at the NCID, is to inspire, motivate our students towards innovation and entrepreneurship, and also to guide them, to support them, to help them in whatever way we can do. Uh, we have been guiding them in academic point of view, how to ideate, how to refine the idea, how to develop business plan, how to develop bankable business plan, various kind of activities from time to time we have been organizing. When to protect your IP, intellectual property, these all issues, we know these are the part and parcel of this whole journey. So we were organizing these all activities, and now it has become a regular kind of thing. Some of the activities, as Dr. Radha has mentioned, are IIC calendar activities, which are normally we are taking it compulsory. We organize those activities, but in addition to that, many other activities we are organizing whenever we feel fit that it is required for our students. And not only this, whenever we come across any expert member who is having expertise in a certain field, we invite that person and then organize some program. And now for last 1 month we have made a provision to organize such kind of activities on Facebook live. Every Friday we are organizing. Dr. Momita is coordinating that activities, and in that Facebook live activity, basically our objective is to start from the basics of innovation entrepreneurship to the advanced level of things. uh, we invite experts, and as per their expertise we are organizing those activities, and they are being well taken by the students from all over the country through Facebook live as well as YouTube live. Some of the students are invited to join live also through Google Meet, but that we are not encouraging too much. But through Facebook live it has become a very regular activity, and these IIC calendar activities organized by our regional centers and the NCID, they are now being, we have seen that is evidence from the views given of the video programs after its conduct. How many views are there? Students are regularly watching those programs. That shows that students are taking interest, that they are watching it, because in 1 hour or so program, some important thing will be there. And as a part of those activities, as you all know, we know, this funding is a very important part. We may be having very good idea, we may be having very good business plan, might have assessed the need also. This is a required by the people, market surveys has been done, but ultimately, finally, we are stuck up with the very important aspect, that is the funding. How to get funding? Yesterday also we organized a program that was focusing on the funding resources, funding avenues, particularly focusing on the government provisions, government, we can say the what we can say, whatever they have, that kind of facility, government or non-government organization. But today's program that I can see, it is focusing on the angel investment and venture capitalist. This is a very much, I think, very important amongst these startups entrepreneurs, and the knowledge of this kind of area is very important for me also. I think it will be very useful and informative, because we are interacting with many students for what our limitations are there. It is not our expertise domain. So we are really thankful to Dr. Arul Muruganji that he has agreed to deliver today's talk on this very important topic. I would like to request him that I hope you will be focusing on what are the different opportunities in this field for funding for the startup enterprises. But kindly focus on the things, how IGNOU students can be benefited by this, because our students, they are not directly related to any campus kind of thing, because in formal system they are in a campus setup, universities are there, institutes are there, so they have a very formalized kind of setup to guide them, support them. But in our case, the students are spread all over the country. They are having varied background, varied programs of courses, and they are being enrolled with. So it's not a kind of a one kind of thing. Like if you see the technical institute, students will be mainly BTech or MTech, but in our case, it can be a BA student, BCA student, MA student, or even the PhD student. So this kind of different, very background students are there. But I would like to tell you, for last 3 years, we have come across very brilliant ideas which our students are having, and I take it very pride in informing that IGNOU students are being selected, shortlisted at the national level also, and competing with the formal classroom setups in the institutions, universities. Our students are getting placed there in the finalist of the National Innovation Contest, Choikathon, and other competitions. So that indicates that IGNOU students are having a great potential. Only the need is they need to be supported, guided properly. And in that context, we are taking help of the people like you, Dr. Arul Muruganji. And I think today's session will be the first with you, but we would like to continue with you in future also, because with your expertise, we want to reach out to the maximum number of students. Today's program is being organized by the regional center, and these students are joining us through live as well as on maybe on the Facebook or on YouTube also. But as I told you, we are organizing this series of programs on every Friday. I will request my colleague Dr. Momita to contact you for that purpose, because your topic is very important. Whenever we interact with our students, they come up with very good ideas, they come up with very good proposals, but always they are asking how to get funding, from where to get funding, what is the procedure for that, what are the hurdles, limitations of not getting the funding. So these all, I'm sure everything will not be covered in one session. So that's why I'm looking forward to get your support in future also, in our Facebook program or in other program also, because we have planned. I would like to tell you, as a part of NCID regular activity, we have organized a business plan competition. That business plan competition, round one, we have invited business model canvas. We are evaluating them, and out of those, we are shortlisting the potential candidates, and we are planning to organize a intense 1 week training program for them, that will be focusing to take up their ideas to further next level. In fact, we want some of them to be funded by some of the agencies, and in that context, I think your support, your guidance will be very useful. So I will be really looking forward for your cooperation and support in future also. So without taking much time, there are many activities which NCID is organizing in collaboration with the regional centers. Innovation Club is one, institutions innovation council activities, they are being governed by the IIC calendar activities. We are organizing regularly as per their calendar. But in addition to that, we have uh, initiated a IGNOU Udyami portal also, because we know many of our students are interested in doing these all things. They are willing to do something, but how to identify those out of so many students, that was a challenge for us. So we thought, why don't we set up a platform for them, so those who are interested, they will come at their own. They are registering through IGNOU Udyami portal. We are getting lot of good knowledge, good information about them, and regularly we are inviting them almost in these all programs. So those who are interested, they are participating in these programs. Otherwise also, out of those, after shortlisting, we are organizing some special programs for them. So these are the ways through which we are trying to reach out to the interested and potential students of IGNOU. And there is no doubt that they are having great scope and great potential. Many of them are, we have seen that they are well established entrepreneurs also. Some of them have started startups, but the need is to take their startup to the next level, to make it an now you know the technology, the technical terms, what are the different levels of startups depending on their financial conditions. So I think with your guidance and support, today's program will be certainly useful, but in future also we will be getting your support and our students will be benefited. So without taking much time, I thank you very much, and thank RC Bangalore for organizing this program, and regularly they are organizing, and future also jointly we can do. And regarding the achievements of IGNOU, everybody now knows that IGNOU has been awarded 5-star rating by the Ministry of Education's Innovation Council. And for an open and distance learning institute, I think it is a great achievement. And this is because of our very wonderful students and colleagues who are doing their 24-hour support to the students in different ways, promoting innovation, entrepreneurship, and startups. So thank you very much to all of you for joining, and to the main speaker of this program and the regional centers. So I stop here and then hand over to Dr. Radhaji. Thank you
Thank you,
very
sir.
much.
Thank you very much for a wonderful introduction about NCDA and IIC. In fact, there are very big achievements for IGNOU last year. One is we have secured a NAC A++ accreditation in India, and mainly this IGNOU is the only one university, one open district university secured A++ in India. Another one is we have secured 5-star rating of IIC. Exclusively the credit goes to the team of NCADE under the leadership of Gopi Sharma sir. And now it is my duty to introduce our chief resource person, Dr. Arul Murugan. He is a doctorate in commerce in University of Madras, MPhil in commerce, MCom business finance, and MBA international business from Pondicherry University. He is professionally qualified in UGC NET JRF in commerce and UGC NET in management. He has 19 years of experience in teaching and research in University of Madras, MS University, and Pondicherry University. Presently, he is serving as Assistant Professor Stage 3 and Research Supervisor in Department of Commerce, School of Management, Pondicherry University. And also he is a placement coordinator of the department and NSS program officer, hostel warden, sports coordinator, transport coordinator, ELC nodal officer, SVEEP campus ambassador, member, student grievance cell member, internal audit committee coordinator, national innovation and startup policy coordinator, and coordinator of entrepreneurship wing and rural entrepreneurship development cell of the university campus. He has guided 14 MPhil research scholars and 112 postgraduate students, and presently guiding 2 PhD doctoral research scholars. He has received 30 awards and recognition, including 6 times Best Teacher Award of Pondicherry University based on student evaluation, triple gold medals, Bharat Ratna, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Gold Medal, Vyasa Bank Gold Medal, and Bank of Maharashtra Gold Medal for MPhil degree, and Cash Award for Best Research Paper from LSE of India, Best NSS Program Officer Award, Best Nodal Officer Award, HVEEP. He has completed ICSSR major research project as project co-director and published 23 research articles in referred journals, including UGC listed and the ABCD, B category indexed journal, and book chapters also contributed. He is a reviewer for publishers like SAG and United Law Journal. He has presented 42 research papers in international and national conferences and seminars and received 2 Best Research Paper Awards. And being a research advisor, Board of Studies expert member, and advisory committee member in higher education institution, delivered 259 invited lectures, including in webinars, virtual FTPs, and online events, and invitations from other countries like Sri Lanka. And he has organized a 3-day national workshop on business research, analytics, and 3 ITCOT EDPs sponsored by Choir Board, Ministry of MSME, Government of India, and 1 month training program on retailing sponsored by NSDC, Government of India. He is an invited resource person for RCs, FDPs on scientific research and data analysis, project proposal preparation for funding agencies, and publications in indexed journals, including invitations from ICSSR, Western Research Center, Mumbai, India, and conducts EDPs on entrepreneurial science and skills. To sum up, he is an inspirational speaker, a writer, scientific researcher, data analyst, career counselor, and socio technocrat. It's a privilege to have Dr. Arul Murugan as a resource person of Today Institution Innovation Council event. Now may I request Dr. Arul Murugan, Assistant Professor, Pondicherry University, to kindly deliver the keynote address, please.
Thanks a lot, Madam, Dr. S. Radha, Madam, for inviting me to this elite institution. So that's what I always admire about IGNOU, reaching the unreached in India. That's what I strongly believe on whenever I think about IGNOU. The formal institutions like physically set up institutions, normally with students, they reach only limited number of people. But IGNOU reaches almost like all the nook and corners, especially in the rural areas. So appreciation to IGNOU and the regional center as well as the New Delhi. And beyond that, I'd like to thank Dr. O.P. Sharma sir, Dr. G.H. Improper sir, Dr. Mamita Das madam, and all the members of the regional center of Bangalore as well as New Delhi, and all the student friends and the well-wishers and invitees of IGNOU. So thanks a lot for giving a platform, like sitting some corner of Puducherry in India and reaching the whole India as such with a limited information, and which is most needed information, as Dr. O.P. Sharma sir was saying. So with this little note, thanking from my bottom of heart, as Dr. O.P. Sharma sir was saying that, sir, surely I'll be part of the future activities of IGNOU on any part of India, as well as probably like end of this session, you may be like knowing about a little skill I have out of 18 years of experience in especially mentoring entrepreneurs. So I normally, wherever I go in, whichever institute I serve, I normally look into any student, at least few entrepreneurs from every batch, they have to come up. In last 18 years, I have my own setup where I'm giving a lot of ambience and skill sets and support formally and informally to bring entrepreneurs rather than creating employees. So that is what my intention. I started my career with that, sir. So probably like my inputs will surely reach you or help you in whatever way possible. With this note, with the permission of the chair, I am moving on to the presentation. Before I move on, I just want to ask you some of the students, how many of you are really interested? You can put it in the chat box. 2 simple questions, then we'll move on to the presentation. And anytime you can put it in the chat box, or you can unmute and speak, whereby we can have a discussion rather than a monotonous presentation of thing with what I have. So I like to know from the students that how many of you are really interested to become an entrepreneur? You can just put yes. You can just put yeah. One person has raised their hand. I just put it yeah. Thank you. The other person has raised their hand. If you can raise your hand or you can put it. Okay, Vanita has said yes. Okay, great to see that people are more interested. Anshuman, okay, Rajmoli. As Sharma ji said, I think many people are in that queue, right? Okay. So if that is the case, straight away I'm asking you, what kind of difficulty that you are facing or you are hearing from others that to start an entrepreneurship, what kind of difficulties you may be facing? If you have an entrepreneur or if you are an entrepreneur, tell me what difficulties you are facing. Or if you are a budding entrepreneur or if you are an aspirant of an entrepreneurship, what kind of difficulties you are facing. Just type it in the chat box. With that little note, we'll move on for discussion. So let us not be a presentation. Let me make it as a discussion whereby I can touch your mind and heart together in the same way. Okay, Animesh ji is saying that funding is the most important problem. Okay. Financial and situational. Okay, Krishnakanta is saying that financial and situational. Study of the market. Rajmoni is saying that study of the market. So out of 3 answers, I could say 2, 3, 4. Great. So I think out of 5, I'm able to see that most of the people are, somebody is saying family. Okay, reaching out to customers, government regulations. Great. Okay. One of the major difficulties is to convert the people in the society to convert as a customer, along with funding. Health, individual health also matters. I think you are touching upon all the part and parcel of what you call as to become an entrepreneur. So probably I think it's very clear that why I'm invited to discuss on this topic. As Sharma ji was saying that probably, okay, Kriti is saying less knowledge. Okay. So what I want to try to make it out is in my entire 1.5 hour to 2 hour presentation, I'm just going to brief you or give an insight that exactly these difficulties you can find an answer today, or I will give a lead to find an answer. 2 things can happen because within a short span of time I can give you all the answers. I'll give probably all the answers and also a lead, because any entrepreneur should not look information from others. They should seek information by themselves. So with this positive note, I'm moving on to my presentation. I'm sharing the screen now. Madam, if it is visible, tell me, I'll proceed.
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Okay, great.
Fine, sir.
So thank you. And as all the 3 panelists, the experts in your regional center as well as with NCIDE has explained very clearly, an invitation also shows that angel investment and venture capitalist funding opportunity for early stage entrepreneurs. So I thought not only for early stage entrepreneurs, I have divided into different segments which I can focus everyone, even the aspirants of entrepreneurship. So with this note, in a simple way, I have divided the entire presentation or discussion into 3 parts. Part 1, I'm just going to, maybe there are some students who may be interested to become an entrepreneur. Maybe they want to know a little more on it. A simple part of it, which I'm going to concentrate on entrepreneurship. And the second part, I'm going to discuss about entrepreneurial finance. What are the opportunities available? And the third part is what very specific to the presentation of the invitation, which is angel investors or angel investment and the venture capital financing. This is what I'm going to discuss today. And we'll move on to the first one. Probably in a student angle, as Sharma ji was saying that in a student angle of IGNOU, I've just coined, because yesterday itself I was consulting with madam and she briefed me who will be the audience. So with that angle only, I've just prepared my PowerPoint presentation. So in the student angle, after completing their some of the courses with IGNOU, what are the career opportunities they have. And in that angle, there are 3 E's which I want to brand it. One is they can further go for higher education and research, that is education. Number 2, they may go for employment, or there is another option that they can go for to become an entrepreneur or entrepreneurship. And ultimately what happens when it comes to IGNOU, like these 3 will be done by simultaneously by any individual. They may do course with IGNOU, they may be doing their job, or they may be doing their business. And most important thing is here, I don't know, somehow our system has moved us towards employment. Those people who get graduated from any of the institutes, whether it is our Open University or the University of Central and State Physical University, they normally get into employment rather than entrepreneurship. But time has come. You know that what is happening with employment, unemployment level, and the Indian environmental situation, business environmental situation, rather than moving for employment, we need to move towards entrepreneurship. We need to move towards bringing about a business to participate in the global arena. And when we talk about that, there are some people who may not have an interest to become an entrepreneur. Even though, because there was a huge participants, then when I was asking, only few people were saying yes. There are some people who said who are silent. I'm not saying that they are saying no. They are silent because they are not aware about entrepreneurship, and they are not aware that how it may be easy if you are able to reach out those people who. In a nutshell, I just want to classify or make a difference that what is employment and what is entrepreneurship. When you look into employment, it's just a job. And normally entrepreneurship, even though technically it is not a business, but still we call it as a business. And normally when you go for an employment, you'll be working for others. You won't work for you, work for others, and you get your remuneration. But when you are doing your own entrepreneurship, or if you have your own enterprise, you'll be working for you. Whatever blood and sweat and time, resources, effort, initiative, you put it on the field, that will come back to you. It will come back in the name of revenue. It will come back in the name of goodwill. It will come back in the name of revenue, a business for your future generation too. And most important difference which I want to make it, if you are going for a job or an employment, you'll be working for life. You'll be working for your life and basic livelihood. Probably to the extent you may have a wonderful structured house, a car, maybe little bank balance. But when you are starting a business, you'll be working for life, but you'll be working for extended livelihood. You know, if you take topmost or the most popular, what you call it as the entrepreneurs in the world, you can see they'll have their own chopper. They'll have their own vehicle, individual, how many vehicles, costly vehicles. They become a philanthropist. That's the most important thing. Rather than accumulating the wealth, they become philanthropist. Like for example, Ratan Tata ji or Asim Prem ji, what you call it as the all those people, if you take it, even Microsoft, Bill Gates ji, so whomever you take it, ultimately they go for extended livelihood, not only contributing to their what you call as life, but also helping others. You know, in this COVID last 2 years, there are so many business people are donating to PM Care Fund or directly to the people. So as an entrepreneur, we can even think of that much satisfaction will come. So I think this basic classification will move anyone who is looking for an employment to an entrepreneurship. So narrow down into entrepreneurship, probably like a little note before I want to get in. So as far as the Ministry of MSME and the MSME Act, there was a different classification before 26th May 2020. And on 26th May 2020, our finance minister has very clearly categorized. Before it was manufacturing and service. Whether it is a manufacturing or service, it is based on 2 important parameters, how the size of the business is classified. I think this chart is very well available. Probably the innovation cell would have briefed you, but still, if you are going to have based on investment and based on turnover, if it is going to be less than 1 crore or less than 5 crore of turnover, then it is called as micro enterprise. If it is less than 10 crore and less than 50 crore as turnover, then it is small enterprise. Less than 20 crore or less than 100 crore, then between this is medium enterprise. And if it is above, that is more than 20 crore as an investment and 100 crore as a turnover, then those things are called as large enterprises. And probably what I want to tell you is whether you do manufacturing or services or assembling or any other technology oriented business enterprise, you have an interest, probably to begin with, normally we go for micro enterprise. So if your investment is less than 1 crore, right? And if you are going to convert that 1 crore into 5 crore, that is a challenge. Okay. So investment of 1 crore. So if it is less than 1 crore, even without money, people are starting the business. There are some business where we put our own effort and without investment, with whatever we have, and we can always go on to business. And to start a micro and small business, SME, ultimately, like there are so many people in and around us to help. And that is what today, they become an angel to help us. That is what we are going to see today. So, beyond intrapreneur, entrepreneur, technopreneur, or social entrepreneur, there are a number of preneurs you would have understood. Recently, I have coined, probably you can also take it up, student-entrepreneur, right? So, student-entrepreneur in the sense like while being a student, you can become an entrepreneur. So, student-entrepreneur also we can create. And in our discussion today, so I have divided the entire entrepreneurs based on their living, based on their period of life of an entrepreneur as aspiring entrepreneur. Who are aspiring entrepreneur? Those people who are willing to start a enterprise or a business. And after starting, maybe within 3 years, 1 to 3 years, or within 3 years, 0 to 3 years, they are called as early stage entrepreneurs. I think that is where our focus is supposed to be. And beyond 3 years, ultimately, there will be a sustainability. And if you are successful beyond 3 years, or sometime in some business, it may be 5 years, then you will be called as successful entrepreneurs. You can go a long way, maybe 100 years, 200 years, generation by generation, it goes on. And now we are going to concentrate on the first two types of entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs and early stage entrepreneurs, and how they have to get prepared. Hope the audience who are going to look into the recorded video also probably looking into these two categories. That means students who want to become an entrepreneur or aspiring entrepreneurs, students who are just started their enterprise and who are within 0 to 3 years, they are called as early stage entrepreneurs. So looking into that, in a nutshell, I just want to say that as if you are an aspirant of entrepreneur, an entrepreneurial aspirant, there are 3 I's that you should have. That skill set on those 3 has to be there, right? That I call it as a key focus for new entrepreneurs. One is ideas. You should be the powerhouse of ideas. At least one idea that you can convert into money, convert into satisfaction of the people. That I mean the business ideas. So any entrepreneur, you should have an idea to reach the customers. That's what some of you have made us difficult. And again, when it comes to ideas, I have a methodology which I'll explain you. If you are blank, right? There are 2 methods we can adopt, which out of my own experience I have created. One is idea-based need. That means what? You create an idea and you can create that need and sell your product or services. The other one is need-based idea. That is very easy. Go and talk to the people, go and observe the people, go and discuss with the people. They may have a need. And convert that need as your idea and convert that as a business and reach those needs. So need-based idea, idea-based need. These are the 2 things. If you are going for a need-based idea, please understand you have a huge market, an easy way to attract them. But when you go for an idea-based need, you need to build a market. So the most important aspect is idea. And that idea should be new. And according to Flip Kotler, he says 3 kind of new. One is entirely new. The marketing guru very clearly says entirely new, which is not at all available in the universe. If you are going to bring it, like what Charles Babbage has invented the what you call it as computer. Today, you see the whole world is ring about. We had meeting because of that. And number two, modified from existing. So if you are going to modify slightly, instead of having 3 wings in a fan, if you are going to have 4 wings in a fan where it gives more air to us, then ultimately it is a modified version of a new product. And the third one is making something available in one place to another place. I call it as 3 M's, right? Making new, modifying the existing, moving from one place to another place. All these 3 can become a business idea and you can convert. The second one, if you want to implement that idea, that is what today's session is focusing on. Investment. We need money. We need funds. We need finance. And that probably your own fund. Maybe you can borrow from others. We call it as, technically we call it as own money, borrowed money, or equity or debt. So many things you would have heard about. And today that is where we are going to focus. And the third I is income. It is not that you start a business, you put your money, and if you are not getting money back, then you cannot run your business, right? So how to generate revenues, how to generate income matters a lot. So with your business idea, with the money you get it from different sources, your own money, and you need to generate income. That is what I mean to say. If you have these 3 skills with you, and that income can be generated with 3 other things. One is called as marketing insights. If you want to make money, we need to market our products and services effectively to bring the market share. Right? There are so many things which you have studied. And beyond that, it cannot be done by single-handedly. You have to do it with manpower support. That's more important. Without manpower support, you cannot do anything. Don't think that only one person can do the entire business. You need manpower support, and that too professionally qualified, skilled and semi-skilled. Sometimes you may need unskilled employees also to handle your business. So once you create the manpower, clone of your mind into some other, ultimately you can sit in a place and you can earn. I'm a frequent visitor of Bangalore because my in-laws are in Bangalore. So ultimately, like, I could see the vast changes over there for last 10 years almost. And I could see that how business venturing is happening in a biggest way. And if you stand in a place like 50 to 100 people, you can see. That means that it is one of the biggest IT business hub or any business hub. Probably in what you call it as the one which I want to tell you is like the technological know-how. Today, I always say that commerce is no more without computers. Commerce is no more without computers. That means that today, any business, any commercial transaction, we need to inculcate or we need to intervene with technology. And that know-how supposed to be there, right? Even for example, there is one traditional hotel in Malleshwaram, Bangalore, nearby Mantrimal, or 18th class or somewhere, like I find like Allimane, right? Where even the billing is not manual, right? Billing is happening with a technological device, even though it is called as what you call as a traditional, one of the traditional foods of Karnataka. I could find it. I'm a regular visitor to that. So how business they have generated. MTR for that matter, in the same street, you can see MTR, which is for long years. One is known for its sweets. So ultimately, like if you have these interests, please, the entire entrepreneurial thinking attitude starts from here. Ideas, investment, income, and how those income can be generated with marketing insights and manpower support and technological know-how. And all those things, as your director says, that it is based on the second I called as investment. And that is where we are going to move towards the second part of discussion. I think I have just opened up your mind that how far it will be interesting, how far it will be good, and what kind of skill set that you are supposed to maintain to become an entrepreneur. And to become an entrepreneur, you need money, you need funds, you need finance. So that is what we are going to discuss next. Looking into that entrepreneurial finance for startups, because rather than looking into yearly stage entrepreneurs, I go little to zero, before zero, which is called as startups, entrepreneurial startups. And there are public funds and private funds are available. And if you look into this, maybe this slide, the presentation which I'm going to make it for next few minutes, will give you an overall picture that someone doesn't have an idea about the financing for business. Maybe in the beginning you should have a little finance, and if you properly make it, it will grow like a bigger one. You get huge money back. So what are those finance which is available, options which is available, sources which is available? That is what we are going to discuss now. Is it okay? Whether my voice is clear and the PowerPoint presentation is okay? Can anyone acknowledge whether I'm on track?
Yes, it is. It is fine.
Fine, sir.
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Great. Thanks a lot. So the most important thing we call technically is bootstrapping. Like that we call as personal finance. If someone wants to start a business or an enterprise, normally we go with own savings. That is what we call as whenever we use the own resources for our effort is what is called as bootstrapping. And that is very popular and is one of the traditional way of starting any business. So whenever we want to start, we normally look in our own bank account, our own purse and our own savings, and we invest that to start a business. And mostly this is what people do, right? The second second level of source is informal source. Normally we try to access money from our family, try to access money from our the investment capital from our friends. Sometimes the easy way that we, without our knowledge that there are so many formal sources as available, we normally get into money lenders or some people who have money, and we normally borrow from them because family and friends, they may not be in a position to give you with interest rate, but money lenders, they'll give you money easily, but they'll take more money from you. So these are the sources, very popular, traditional, conventional way of finance which is available to start any business. But after that, the governments, if you go back to the black and white story, there are formal sources like government grants, subsidies, and through banks and financial institutions, the money is reaching us. I think I'm not going to concentrate much on this because just now Director Sir was saying that there was a session on the government grants and subsidies. Probably like some of the things called as mudra, business loans, buffer loans, overdraft facilities. There are n number of schemes. Maybe I'll touch upon a little later. N number of schemes are available with a lot of conditional and guarantees, warranties, what do you call as sureties that you may get. Beyond all this, there are alternative sources also available. It is not only my own money or my family money or from the government. There are alternative sources which is available. What are those alternative sources which we need to understand? One is called as crowdfunding. Any idea from the audience that what is crowdfunding? Anyone can unmute and just give me in one line, just an interaction, because I cannot see you, because you know that Google, we cannot see each other. You may be seeing me, I will be seeing my PPT only. Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
Crowdfunding is like what Subrata Sahara has done for building his business. We are collecting the money from the common public, and it's a small amount, and by collecting all of them together, it becomes a very huge amount.
Thank you, my dear friend. You are exactly right. Crowdfunding in the sense you collect money from the crowd, maybe known or unknown, in a smaller amount, and you make a larger fund and you go for investing in your business. Okay, and that is a model is called as crowdfunding, and that has become very popular in online. Most of the crowdfunding is happening in online, and they never mind that from which country you are and which location you want to do your business, where you want to stay. So without any identifications, that today online crowdfunding, especially on techno business, technocrats are normally getting into crowdfunding. That's the one option we have. The another option is angel investments, which we are going to discuss much things on it. I'll go a little later. And the other one is venture capital finance. So these are the two popular sources of funding for finance for our startups, our business, even early startups or even successful business that these people are helping. And I'll be looking on all those little later. There is another set of funding which is called as incubators and accelerators. So if anyone who want to start a business, those business we call as incubators, and finance is especially given to incubators. The other one is accelerators. Already they have a business, but they have a scope, they have an opportunity to develop their business. Then the funding people are there to help. Those people are called as accelerators funding or incubators funding. So these two also part of angel and venture, which we'll be looking at. There is another modern day funding is there, which we call as ICO, like IPO, like initial public offering after becoming a business. Then for a track record of 5 years as per SEBI, there are so many guidelines where you can start your call as IPO or FPO. But the initial coin offering is coming up, but it is not legal in some of the countries, including India. It is based on cryptocurrency exchange. That means that you can generate the funding through cryptocurrencies. Later, instead of giving back money, you can give the products or services which you are going to offer from your enterprise. So that is a logic which is going on. It is not accepted in many of the countries, but it is getting popular because of the cryptocurrencies. It's the next level of crypto, how cryptocurrency can be invested as a capital or investment to start a business or to run a business. So with these primary sources of income or the finance, the most two important thing which you are looking from my side is angel investment and venture capital finance. I'm moving on to the third part, which is most important part for discussion. So next 1 hour we'll be going on that. Then we can have more discussion and probably we can evolve some kind of ideas. And I'm assuring you, I'm going to give you some of the links, show some of the links, thanks, because it's an online, where how to access those what you call as angel investors and venture capitalists, which I also deliberate on that in the discussion. Right. So when we look in the capital normally, because we need initial capital, then we need working capital. To start a business, we need a capital which we call as initial capital technically. And to run your business, you need certain capital, which we call it as working capital technically. And whenever we think of a capital beyond all those sources, there are two sources which are available: is angel investment, the other one is venture capital finance. So we'll be looking on what is it in a simple meaning. See, I'm not going to give you heavy loaded technical terminologies. I understand there are students, as I keep in mind, so I'm just making it very lucid. So if you want advanced technical terminologies and links, which we can have it little later also. So when you see A and BCF, the difference is very simple. Angel investment is a own fund of any high worth individual, net worth individual, who want to invest that in an incubator or an accelerator, who want to start their business. That means that an individual high net worth businessman or high net worth individual will give you their own fund to you to start the business. That is what is called, because they become as an angel. That is why the name has been given. So they become as an angel to give you money. That is what is called as angel investment. The other side, there are some organizations, it is a business where aggregators, they collect money from, they pool fund from different, probably angels or non-angels. They collect it and they venture in a business as a venture capital investment. It is also, it is one of the what you call as vehicle, financing vehicle. just like a mutual fund. What they do it in mutual fund? They collect from different investors. That is, asset management company will collect from different investors. They invest in investment avenues, including stock market, bullion, or commodity market, or real estate, anything, and they give you money. The same way, venture capitalist, it's a kind of not individual, it's a group of individuals formed as a unit. They collect money from pool money from fund from different people, and they start giving that money as a finance to any business people who start a business, early stage entrepreneurs, and even successful entrepreneurs if they want to develop the business. Even more clarity with this slide. Angel investors are individuals who invest their own money in companies. That means what? If you are going to start a business, someone like an angel will come and invest in your business. And a venture capitalist invest the money of the others. So venture capital will not put their own money. They will collect, they'll be a mediator, mediating what do you call us? The concern. They will collect money from the angel investors or non-angel investors, and they try to give you money for the business. But the other side of it, which I want to tell you, is angel investors or angel investment is a part of venture capital. That perception is also there. So angel investment and venture capital investment is not different. Over the years, angel investment has become the part of venture capitalist also. Okay, right. Now I'm going more towards it. You need to understand, because end of the day, you need to be in a position to select as a budding entrepreneur, as a early stage entrepreneur, which one you need to, whether you need to approach angel investors or whether you need to approach venture capitalists. So that answer I need to give you today with all the inputs. So there are, which I got it from one of the what you call as well-known source on venture capital, 7 main differences. So you can see that stage of the business, normally angel investment also called as seed money, because it is given normally for any startup. So it is for any founding or startup or pre-revenue. Those business yet to early stage entrepreneur, that is what it is. So the angel investors will concentrate only on that. Those people who want to start up, those people who are finding any new business, those people who are in the nascent stage. So within 3 years. So normally angel investors will be focusing on it. They'll be giving you money. And venture capital is normally, venture capital, what you call as concerns, they normally focus on early stage. That means they will fund for those people who are entrepreneurs and who are pre-profitability. That means that who are able to generate revenue, but they are not looking into profit. And even more, actually, venture capital also goes to another level. They even give as an equity investment. So they invest that also. And the other one is size of investment. So it depends on country to country. But for example, as far as the global arena is concerned, minimum $10,000 to a few million that angel investors will invest in your business. They will be ready to invest. And a few million to tens of millions venture capital. That means that seed and angel investors are comparatively individual and low level of investment compared to the group of individuals and in the venture capital. And the type of investment normally, whenever anybody is giving money to a business, they look 2 things. They want to be part of equity, they don't want to be part of debt. So once the return comes in, you may be in a position to pay them the return, or they always feel that it should be safe. And venture capital, normally they give you money for both. They will give you as an equity capital, that is own fund, or they may give you as a, it may be later stage, that equity may be converted into debt also. So that is also possible. And when you look into the investment team, normally angel investors are entrepreneurs, past founders and chairmen. That is why if you look in the top 20 or top 50 business entrepreneurs in India, they normally are angel investors. And when it comes to venture capital, It's a mix of entrepreneurs. Even venture capital funding is done by bankers also, financial institution also, beyond a group of entrepreneurs. So they do things. And when it comes to risk, angel investors is extreme risk, high chance of losing all the money also. Sometimes if the investment is from another person, and if you are not doing it properly, that person also will get lost. And venture capital is also high risk, but moderate chance of losing all the money, because you have equity, you have debt, and you have all the business. You, by the time you would have built some assets which you can convert that into money, and there's a possibility. And see, I'm speaking only in the angle of entrepreneurs. I'm not speaking in the angle of investors. Okay, so for an entrepreneur, you have a seed or angel investor, and you have a venture capitalist who can help you, or the institution can help you. And return profile, if you look in, so normally there will be return targets. So always it is not that open targets. Some years will be given, and so even in venture capital also, the shorter the target will be. In angel investment, rate of return you generate, or return on investment, the time period will be more. And in venture capital, the time period will be very short. So you need to work more if you are going for venture capital finance. And industry focus, both angel investors and venture capitalists both give any kind of business. The only thing is that they need business idea and all those attitude. And they do investment screening. Whenever if you are going and approaching angel investors, they normally check out your market share potential, the fundamentals, and the virality, how far your business will reach, who are the users. So all those base they'll be seeing it, because mostly angel investment will be given to any enterprise which are yet to start. And when it comes to venture capital, like the screening will be based on market share potential, their revenue, their margins, their growth rate, IRR, internal rate of return, or its cash flows. So all those technically they'll do a lot of analysis, and based on that only the money will be, venture capital will be given to you as an entrepreneur. So I think I made it very clear. So whether you want to go to angel investor or whether you want to go to venture capitalist, that you need to decide depending on these parameters, right? So before I move on, you may be wondering, okay, angel investor is there, venture capital is there, whether they are really giving money to an entrepreneur, because a lot of doubts will be there. No. So for that, I have brought some statistics to you, which I want to show it to you, and whereby you can understand. So in 2012, I'm going back a little 10 years back, 2012, the Government of India Planning Commission, those days, now we have Nidhi Aayog, they appointed a committee on angel investment and early stage venture capital. Exactly. Committee on angel investment and early stage venture capital. And they submitted a report on that, going back to 2012. What was their expectation? You see, 2010, it was 0.1K. Okay, that means 0.1000. That's all. But in 2021, you have 1.6K, right? So that much, what you call it as the cumulative ventures backed by the venture capitalists and angels. We normally call it as angels or angel investors or venture capitalists. So these two people putting together, right? They have estimated this much it should come. And those days it was, as the capital required supposed to be 3000 crores, that which is required. This was the estimated plan that the Government of India, the Planning Commission was expecting from angel investors as well as venture capitalists. And for your information, venture capitalists also is looking after our government in recent years. Usually it was a private funding. Later there was a public funding into this also. So now we need to verify whether these $55 billion was achieved or not. whether we got it from private individuals or private group of individuals, whether we got it or not, that we need to check it out. To check that, there is one thing called as India Venture Capital Report 2021. Very recently it has come in, and it is given by Indian Venture Capital and Private Equity Association. So if anybody wants fund from them, you can go to that association, and which is backed up by Bryan and Company Inc. They have done a survey, and based on that you can check it out. The number of deals from 2012, it was 458, 593. It has increased in 2015. After that, it was little decreased because of pandemic. Still, it has increased. So 809 in 2020, we got 809 entrepreneurial units, startups, were invested by angel investors as well as venture capitalists. And if you see the amount, it is $10.0, 10 billion. So in 2020 itself, we got 10 billion. Every year you see 3 billion, 2 billion, 4 billion, 6 billion, 4 billion, 4, 6, 11 it was. So comparing to 2019 and 20, there was a decrease, but it was not too much. And overall, if you look in, you see it is an increasing trend. Overall, it is an increasing trend. That means that if you want to start a business, if you are having all those credentials and fundas clearly, there are venture capitalists and angel investors are ready to invest in your business. Okay. So on an average, you can see the deal size 12.4. So these are statistics which I just want to show you. And another information from the same report, for the sectors, you can see here, because that will give an idea if you are going to start your own enterprise. Most of the sectors in 2020, consumer technology, more angel investors, angels as well as venture capitalists, they want to invest in consumer tech companies. Okay, and probably they are moving on to fintech companies, B2B companies, business to business, healthcare, banking, financial and service industries. And these are the 4 key areas that software companies, software and development. So these are the areas where they want to invest. They want to invest their money, especially on consumer technology, like the mobile softwares or mobile applications, and what you call as automation of physical process. So these are the areas they want to invest. So this slide is, this report is giving us a clue or limelight that in what area we need to start our business. Right. This is another research article written by Sabrinathan in 2019, Angel Investment in India, Trends, Prospects and Issues, which was published in IMB Management Review, which was in Science Direct elsewhere. In that, it is very clearly given, like sector-wise, how angel investors are helping. You can see here IT products. So around 153 projects, IT projects, I mean companies, startup companies are helped. It constitutes around 17.9. The another one you can see online services. That's what I mean to say, consumer technologies. So 37.0%. That means they are giving for BPO, e-commerce, education also. They have given like 29, because you know that Bangalore is known for it. Bangalore is known for IT-based education. And today, whatever we are, every day we are finding some kind of developments in our meat itself. So financial services, food and food delivery, 46 projects they have given, and it constitutes 5.4%. Healthcare, IT, mostly IT, media content, mobile, value-added services, because through mobile only, most of us, we are using mobile. So any value-added services today, you know that we are moving towards e-governance. That means most of the services in last 2 years in pandemic, we got it in online, even through government also. So I think they are giving more importance to IT oriented. So they want to fund. And look into these country-wise, I mean the aspect-wise, like East, they are investing less, mostly in South. So that means South includes the Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra and Telangana. So normally it is like 39.7%. That means that the venture capitalists or angel investors, they want to invest mostly in South. And you can see the next goes to West. That means Southwest, especially in Bangalore or Karnataka. So wherever our regional centers, around 19 to some regional centers, madam, are giving a mail. So all those areas are covered. So that means that angel investor and venture capital investments or capitalists are keen on giving investment in our locality. And probably they'll move on east also. North also they are funding Noida and these areas. And if you look into the funding, normally they give various projects. Okay. So from these slides, we understand that when you want to start a business, there is an angel, there is a venture capitalist who will help you in giving money rather than any other formal or informal sources. You will have alternative sources. And this is another slide which I want to show you. Like India startups raised 2.7 billion from 268 funding deals, especially in last quarter. So I was saying for past 10 years, and this is for last quarter 2021. If you see here, it is in the increasing trend, my dear friends. So that means that the deal count is also increasing. That means number of projects, business, these people are funding, and the amount also increasing. Okay, so that means that we have a scope. That if you have a great idea, if you have a marketer, rather than a great idea, marketable idea, which can be converted as an enterprise, then surely somewhere from some side an angel will reach you, a venture capital will reach you, or you need to reach them. So that is what I'm going to tell you next. Right. So who are the angel investors and venture capitalists? I'm just going to give you a list, popular people who helped. This will give you an idea to whom you can contact. So there was a one news item which is the 19 most active angel investor in India for startups. So I'm just going to take you to the next link from online, whereby I can show you some of the faces whom you can contact or who are interested. Right? You can see Rajan, Managing Director of Score Capital. He was one who is what you call as who is an angel investor who is investing in is an MIT graduate, Managing Director of Google India, and he is ready to invest, right, in B2B startups. And probably this link, if you want, I'll send it to madam. You can contact through their Twitter link and LinkedIn. So from this, see, I'm telling you today, the most of the leading angel investors can be contacted through their social media. You can get into the touch with their Twitter, LinkedIn, especially you create your own LinkedIn profile, put your ideas, and you can reach them. Any social media platforms that you can reach them. And the other one is Anupam Mittal, who is the founder of People Group, especially very lucrative. He has done so many works, right? He made with his very successful venture Shadi.com. So all those he is involved in it. He has made investments in Hacker Earth, K Capital, Ola Caps. So he was my HQ, and very popular Mohandas Pai, who is a chairman of Manipal Global Education and former director of Infosys. He is another angel investor who is investing like Zimbiro, Your Story, Fair. So there are so many things. Grish is another person, Fresh Workers. So he is another angel. He has invested in Ken, Innova, 8, Go, Babar, IGNOU Academy. So those are education institutions. Then Facebook director like Anand Chandrasekharan. So he is another, what do you call it as, Let's Venture. So he is another angel. Dheeraj Jain, who is the Redcliffe Capital. He is investing in many popular startups. These are startups. And Sandeep Tandon, co-founder of Free Charge. So he has invested in some popular Academy, Pocket X. So these are some of the things, like especially internet services, fintech, healthcare, education. He is investing. Anand Ladzaria, he is investing in customer support tools, designs, games. Sanjay Mehta, he is also an angel investor who has invested in clean technology, enterprise softwares, consumer internet, and healthcare. Okay, and Gokul Rajaram, who is one of the popular, what you call it as Facebook ex product director. He started investing in internet services, SaaS, analytics. One more thing is as AI. AI means artificial intelligence kind of business, media and entertainment. You can see those people, Loop and all from his investment. And Ratan Tata ji is a well-known, very what it was long. He has been helping the budding entrepreneurs. Even he created intrapreneurs also. You see how many companies he has, helped. Normally in technology sector, e-commerce and affiliate sectors, he is doing it. Amit Somi, the other person, angel investor, especially on consumer internet, travel industry. So very popular, hoteltravel.com, Mind Tickle. So Vijay Shekhar Sharma, Paytm, CEO founder of Paytm, he started investing in so many companies. Then Sachin Bansal, another Flipkart co-founder, Sachin Bansal is another angel investor who has invested in Traxi, other what you call as internet services and analytics, online entertainment. We have Kunal Bahal, so who is a co-founder of Jasper. He has invested in Snapdeal and Ola, Snapdeal. These are enterprises who become an angel investors and who invested on that. Binny Benzel, Flipkart co-founder, he has invested. Kunal Shah, who is a creed, especially on education. They normally work on education, co-working space, like work from home space. Naveen Tiwari, who is another angel who is investing or helping people. The another final under this is Zinat Hayat. So they are also giving. These are the 19 popular leading investors beyond the survey, and beyond that, you have another the recent updated 50 angel investors in India. Maybe we should. I'll share all those links. Whereby you should contact them, and they'll be helping you. So this is like timesnet.com has came out with this list. It's a huge list actually. So I'm not going to share much things on it. But one information I got it here is like these 50 angels, right, who are helping India. Those people who are people who want to start a business in India. These 50 people, top 50 people who are helping. But the one thing which you want to know or you need to understand is that how to reach them and in what way, that what they are looking from an entrepreneur. These angel investors are these venture capitalists who is going to fund our business, what they look for. Whether you want to know that, whether you want to know what exactly they look from an entrepreneurial aspirant or early stage entrepreneurs or successful entrepreneurs, whether you want to know that, and whether you want to know how to approach them, anyone can acknowledge, or if you need, I can proceed. Any student who is aspiring? Do you want to know that?
Yes, they are saying yes.
Yeah, great, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, because that is more important, because till now I have given a clear picture what they can access, and now because we need to believe that there is angel investor, there is venture capital, they are investing in so many business. That is why I have shown some of the reports for you to make it, and this part is very important. Next half an hour is very important. What does an angel investor? Somebody want to say anything? Yeah, okay, I'll proceed. So what does an angel investor look from a startup? That is what we need to understand. But to be frank, it's very difficult to evaluate, because each investor will have their own list, but still one survey was conducted, and they have pointed out what you call as angels, what they look from the budding entrepreneurs. One is that they may be looking you, does the founder know their market in depth? If you are going to come out with an enterprise, they will check you whether you are clear what kind of market that your product or services or your market offering. Today, even experience or market offerings. Maybe the recent version of Philip Kotler, you can go through that. It is not product and services alone. He has given us market offerings. If anybody happen to read it, and he has listed around 9 to 10 market offerings, and one of the offering is experience. So even experience are sold today, right? Experience are sold, right? Your presence is sold. So market in depth, and are they just making passionate or assumptive statement? Because many of us have an interest that we want to do business, but we don't do in an active way, or we don't involve in practice. So that is what they want to check it out, whether they are just passionate, whether they are passionate, or they are just making a statement they also want to start a business. So that they will check it out. Number two, because before they fund you, they'll be interviewing you, they'll be talking to you, they'll have a discussion with you. Does the idea interpret and fix an existing problem? Because mostly market offerings are given only to bring a solution to a problem, right? So whether that will help. How will the current market competitor be overtaken? If, for example, if you are bringing a competitive product or a substitute product, or what you call as a compensative complementary product, whether you will be in a position to overtake those market competitors. That they'll be looking for. And is there a timeline for next 6 to 12 months? If so, how good is it? Because they'll be asking you, okay, you want to start your business, what you'll be doing in next 1 year or 6 months? How you generate your revenue if I give you money? Because they are going to give you money, right? So they'll be checking out all those steps. And is the question big enough to fix it? Because if you say some strategies, your marketing insights, marketing strategies, how you are going to take it to people, whether it is going to be within Bangalore or outside Bangalore in Karnataka, or you are going to take it to nearby Kerala, Tamil Nadu, or South India, or North India, or whole India, or to any other country as international business, or a bilateral, or a multilateral, or global trade. So all those they'll be looking on. Because today, no business is restricted to geographical locations. Because of online technology, you are moving commerce to commerce science and technology. And are the customers going to pay for their solutions? And also they'll be looking whether with your product and services, whether the customers will have a say, they have a demand, right? That also they'll be checking out. Is it going to make a difference to customers, consumers, if the approach is taken out of their lives? Because when you are coming out with an innovative idea, if you are taking to the consumers, customers, whether they will receive it, how far they will receive it. Because it's all like after investing the money, after making every infrastructure, after hiring people, after creating various promotions online, offline, physically, digitally, if you are not able to generate money, then it is a big loss for the angel investor and venture capitalist. And is there already a measurable number of customers? Sometimes if you are a early stage entrepreneur, how many customers you have? Whether how much market share you have created? What is the frequency of their buying? So all those things they'll be checking out. Okay, so that means that if you are an aspiring entrepreneur or an early stage entrepreneur or a successful entrepreneur, make sure that you have all details in the format of a project report, business proposal, a business report, a profile of your enterprise, and you need to go for a discussion. So how to reach them? That's more important. How to reach them? See, angel investors and venture capital, it is a non-profit organizations. They have networks. Thanks to technology, before that it was very difficult to reach. Even if you want to do a business, you go to a business owner and say, hey, come on, man, I don't have money to invest in my business. How do you expect me to give? It has become one of the investment vehicle for entrepreneurs, or somebody thinks this is an investment vehicle for them to help us, entrepreneur, or they're thinking that it's a payback. Like when I was struggling, when I want to do business, nobody was there to help me financially. At least now I have money, I have my own business. Why can I help someone aspiring, someone is struggling to do their business? So these are the things which those people came in historically. So maybe like there is some people who created world largest early stage startup ecosystem. So they've built an ecosystem today. All individuals who are high net worth individuals, who are popular, who take it as an investment avenue. Maybe some of the links, very popular link. So there is one thing, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are looking for investment or capital, approach Indian Angel Network. Okay. So I will also take you and show you. So Indian Angel Network is a very popular network, which is very successful in India and other countries also. So you can just type IndianAngelNetwork.com. You can reach this page. And again, as I told you, today I'm going to show you, next half an hour I'm going to show you what are the, what you call as network is available on angel investors, and how you can be part of it. You need to access, okay? So here you see these are some of the new startups which are funded by this angel, Indian Angel Network. And here you can see there are helping three things. They'll be giving you money, they'll be mentoring you, and they will also provide you market access. That means they'll help you even to market. So here you see two, I think anyone can acknowledge whether this web page is viewable? Can anyone respond whether this? Yeah. Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thank you. So here you can see for investors. This is for entrepreneurs. So let us forget this. Let us go for entrepreneurs. For example, if you have a plan, right? So you can just click here and submit. You have to register and you have to submit your new plan. But you have to register with this first. So I'm not doing it. So if you click that, you can prepare your plan and you can submit to them. And those Angel Network panel will be looking on and they will contact you. A simple thing. Today it is very easy. It's taking its own time. Just few seconds. Okay, so you can take your time and you can go ahead. Right? I'm coming back again. Yeah. So you can yeah, it's coming up. I'll go again and show you. I think that will help you a lot, as Sir was saying, your director and deputy directors and directors were saying. This will help you, like those people who are really looking for applying for angel investment, as well as the venture capital funds. That's coming up. Okay, now you see here. Oh God, that is little slow because we are using the meet as well as. So you can submit a new plan. So if you have a plan, you prepare it and you can try to submit it in this link. Here you can see trade name, doing business as, year of establishment. Okay, all those details they're asking, business model descriptions. Then they're asking, do you have a video? If you have any video about your business plan, you can send. So you can fill all this. You can convert as a video, you can upload, and you can fill this. So if you fill this, the people from other side, the investors, in between people are there, they will help you. Okay. So here you can see here for investors, those people who want to invest, to help what you call as entrepreneurs, they log in here and they network. So these two people are connected in this Indian Angel Network, and for your information, it has been there for 12 years. And 130 plus number of investments they have made. Minimum investment they are ready to give us is 25 lakhs. Minimum investment 25 lakhs. Okay, and 11 countries they are looking on. Again, investors from 11 countries are there. Ventures introduced per month, 1,000 plus ventures are introduced. See, these are statistics. So that means if you go, it's a one important click that if you go to this IndianAngelNetwork.com, you can create your own what you call as business. For example, if you want to know more, you can go here as and you can understand. Okay, and these are some of the popular investors. You can meet them also, and you can have a discussion in this. And one more thing is that their tweets and things, Picky or CII, so all those details are available. And they frequently conduct events. So those aspirants in this group, you can follow the newses regularly. Go to Indian Angel Network, and you can follow the events, newses, and press release. Whereby they have an official Facebook page also. You can click that Facebook page if you have a Facebook. Then ultimately all those informations will be there. I think these are one of the popular platform where network we can use it for your enterprise funding. Right. The second thing is that Indian Angel Network is for whole India and other parts of the country. Especially there are angels from Hyderabad. So maybe I'll take you to those also. So there are people from Hyderabad, and okay, it's not helping. So I'll copy this. I'll copy this and I'll make it. Little technical crunch, nothing else. I'm putting it here. So we have Hyderabad angels. So hyderabadangels.in. If you go there, the same way, if you have if you need fund, you see here, apply for funding. You can even make an inquiry. So you can apply through this link, and if you are investor, if you are still want to invest, you can invest. So same kind of things. So one of the India's leading angel network in Hyderabad, mostly they are funding. Even they have a presence in North America, Europe, and Asia. So 35 plus investments and 5 plus exist. More than 120 investors are there. So he is a chairman. So you can always, there are so many people in Hyderabad in this network, and there are so many things which, especially in Andhra Pradesh, they are helping it in a bigger way. So they have come out with events also you can attend. So they have a tweets you can get into, and especially for those people in and around Hyderabad, you can look into this. And when it comes to one more thing I want to, so you can get into Bangalore Angels also. So the BangalureAngels.com. If you go to this, the BangalureAngels.com. So you can reach again. Entrepreneurial models are available. So discover the business secrets of your success. All those details are there. You can keep in touch with them. So if you are a startups, you can just give click, and you can just get into list of startups. So all those you can approach them. You can sign up first. So you can as a startup you can get in, and you can also guide them if you are things individual investor, institutional investor. That's what individual investor are angels, and institutional investors are group of angels converted into venture capitalists. Okay. So entrepreneurship models are available. If you want to have any updates, you can see here how to prepare. You may be asking, what are the things they. So the models are available whereby you have to fill all those details and you have to get it. Okay. And another is like Indian Venture Capital Association. So these three are Indian network. Angel network is a what you call it as angels. So we have Indian Venture Capital Association. Okay, we'll get into this. I think this also. I'll copy and I'll go there. So before that, what I will do is, before that I'll play a video, just see about that association, whereby you can get an idea, then I'll take you the page. A little video which will help you. Just 2 minutes video, you just see that. Network is little slow. Okay, so that video is very clear what they are doing. It's a non-profit organization, that Indian Private Equity and Venture Capital Association. And please get into this. And you have enormous network, like whatever ways you can, and you can reach through this network. Okay, and there are membership. You can become a member to start, and you can submit your proposals here. They'll be reviewing it, and based on that, they'll be advising you. So this is another association of people who are looking for private equity as well as venture capital funds. Okay, and the other thing is like venture catalyst. There is another network group who are called as venture catalyst, like the angels. So beyond this association, the venture catalyst also another popular what you call it as the group which is helping Indian entrepreneurs as well as the others. It's a very popular. You can always go ahead. It's a India's #1 integrated incubator. So that means that if you are going to start a business, you can very well reach these people. And you can see here 5 years they have been creating this, and they have a portfolio startups syndicated across portfolios. So they have done enough actually, because they are into this from what you call as 2016, and backed over 88 startups across multiple sectors. So there are so many what you call as areas where startup development they are making it, like continuous capital they are giving, corporate connects, gap based mentoring. That's what I mean to say. If You have any problem with your business, they'll be helping you. Global market access, if you are going for international sourcing of funds or sourcing of technical know-how or export and import, resourceful network, sector specific expertise. So everything they are helping you. Probably so these are some of the what you call it as networks which they build in India, Singapore, UAE, USA, UK. So they are providing end-to-end solution to anyone. So you can just contact them, and probably this one small story will take you to understand it. Just 2 minutes video. Venture capital is on the rise. So today there are so many people are there. So this is what I mean to say. Like there are many what you call as angel investors and venture capital networks are available. Probably like till now, those aspirants may not have an idea, or early stage entrepreneurs in this group may not have an idea to reach them. I think today I have given you the link whereby you can access, like note down Indian Angel Network, Hyderabad Angels, Bangalore Angels, Indian Venture Capital Association, Venture Capitalist. So you can always go ahead. There's another thing called as Angel List India. Maybe you can also try. So again, the same kind of process will be there. So Angel List India. These are some of the private non-governmental organizations which are helping budding entrepreneurs and early stage entrepreneurs to build their ecosystems. As the Indian government has decided in 2012, today if you turn back, like it's a huge leap it has happened. And again, what happens, this seed fund scheme. Government of India has come out with the Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. It is not only private which is helping, which is as angels and venture capitalists. Even government also is trying its own way to help the entrepreneur aspects. So what are the government of India initiatives which I want to just give a glimpse. So this scheme is called as Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. Angel or venture finance, angel investment and venture capital investment also can be used as a seed fund. So Government of India has come out with Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, and which is very popular, and probably I can give you a little glimpse on it. That way you can just type start seed fund or startupindia.gov.in. So whereby you can understand it. So here you have to go to this website. You have to register, you have to log in, and what you call it as the Startup India Seed Fund, you can apply. So anyone who is having an idea, it's a Government of India initiative. So it's to increase the things. Probably I'll just go with one more video whereby you can just check it out. It's just a 1 minute video, and it is started by our what you call as Prime Minister of India. So I think this video would have given you very clearly, like what kind of things. So up to 50 lakhs is given by Government of India as angel investment as well as seed money. So you can see for startup, what you call it as 2 years ago, all those details are there. You can just go and log in and prepare yourself to face all those incubators. So every detail is here. So that's what I mean to say, that the only thing is that these sources would have not reached you. So you can just apply. So if you have details, you have to apply now. So for example, incubators or applications will be opening soon. So it is based on the what you call it as notifications, and where you can access all those. And probably like there's another details which okay, the same details which I want to show you. And the other thing is like it is Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. The other one is venture funding support, also given by Government of India. So like the Startup Seed Fund, which is angel investment. So venture capital fund also is given. So probably like I'll just take you. So Government of India is also helping you. Government of India is not only private venture capital support is there. Government of India Startup India initiative, that is Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. So that department has come out with venture funding support. So you can apply for funds for startup. So whether it is innovativeness, technology, proven product, market validation, initial revenue growth, scale-up business model, large market. So all those you need to see. If you are satisfying all these, right? That means if you are successfully running your business and you need more money, ultimately like it's a Gujarat Venture Capital, Venture Finance Limited is helping through it. And there are so many like Rajasthan, which is there. So for Uttar Pradesh government also is doing that, Bihar, then Kerala startup, then you have what you call it as Government of India startup. So it is on central basis also they are giving, and state basis also they are giving. So we want to know about you. If you want to know, you can just if you click this and if you fill this survey, They are conducting a survey. If you fill this, then they will be approaching you. Okay. So these are some of the schemes which are there, which you can explore always. Okay, so I think I have given you the clean details about angel investors and venture capital network on the private individuals as well as the Government of India initiative. So I think I've just made it very clear. Now you need to decide whether you need to go for angel investment or investors or venture capital investment. Well, whether you have to approach angels or venture capitalists, and whether you need to what you call as from what stage of the enterprise before starting a business you want to approach, or in the early stage you want to approach, or becoming a successful entrepreneur you want to approach. Mostly we need money to start a business, or to in the beginning, early stage, we may be requiring, right? So it's you need to decide. So if you want to decide, it's not easy. There are so many other challenges also beyond finance, that if you want to access those finance, you need to have innovation in business. So you cannot do traditional business and make little money. So you need to have innovation, and you need to show the competency as an entrepreneur. That is what, see, someone want to make money on your brain and heart, on your effort. That means you should show the competency through your output, not through your words, through your action, through your output. And surely you will be having full support and guidance. That's another challenge, even though it is there, like they may not be in a position. Adequate financial assistance, that is where we are looking on. So if you want to start a business, maybe you have to. And most important challenge we have is high quality and low price. People like they want it for low price but high quality. So somehow we need to manage those issues, and we need to understand the market changes. So that is what which we need to, and we need to cope with the change. So whether it is finance or marketing or family, the stress level, the pandemic situation, or any kind of circumstances, risk level, so we need to cope up. So even though these challenges are there and we have a solution, we have always opportunities. How to get those business ideas? Today people are looking nano, they are not looking big. So anything which is big, if you are going to give it to them with nano in their hand, ultimately you have a wonderful business. Slow to fast. Today, sorry, everything they want to much faster. Sorry, thank you. When computer was invented, we thought, oh, how computer is doing much faster. Today you say, what is computer here? It is not working. See, our brain was not fast. So anything, if you do any idea, business idea, which was going slowly, if you make it fast, then you have a business. Data to decision, nobody wants a data. They want, if anybody is running a business, they have a huge data, convert them into a decision and give them for a market share. And creativity to innovation. Everyone is having creativity, but whether it is innovate, whether it is different, whether it is lucrative, whether it is demandable, so that you have to go ahead. And normally, like real world business are happening, but today most of the tech world business, this angel investment and the what you call as the capitalists are trying to invest. That's what consumer technos. That is what cyber world. So how we are going to use the technology and how it is going to happen. Physical process to automation. Today, there is no online class. Sarah was saying, IGNOU unable to reach all those, in the sense like, sir, today all physical institutions are functioning like IGNOU. IGNOU is superior now in this pandemic. IGNOU has all the facilities before the pandemic itself. And we are just following IGNOU. Physical institutions, we just following IGNOU platforms and the way in which IGNOU was connecting students on those days. So we are following it. So it's all automation. And actual to professional. Today everybody wants to professional. I can simply come in a shirt. So why should I wear a blazer and come and sit with you? Because that professionalism looks an insight. So there are opportunities which we need to explore. So nano, fast, decision, innovation, cyber world, automation and professional will always lead. So finally, to probably like before moving up, I want to give you some suggestions. Explore unexplored business avenues. That's more important. Don't explore the area where already somebody has taken up. Acquire adequate knowledge and skill sets to be an entrepreneur. So learning is more important. Till today, I'm trying to learn. So even though I'm specializing in this area, updating myself, on the same day an entrepreneur has to update. And aware of all the schemes, including special schemes like Mudra or any other governmental schemes or private network schemes of equity investment, angel or crowdfunding. So whether you can take advantage. And there is many people think that men entrepreneurs are doing better, women entrepreneurs are not. That kind of myth is there. It's a myth actually. There is, in my opinion, if you are an entrepreneur, there is no gender on that. Entrepreneur is an entrepreneur, whether you are a male or a female doesn't mean in what age group. Somebody who is 70 is not experienced. Somebody who is 17 is not inexperienced. In 12 years, a person has become a CEO in Chennai, in a techno company. So there is no anything like entrepreneur is an entrepreneur. So known versus unknown business. So another thing is that don't go for unknown without any experience. Always try to do known business, explore it, and you can always make it. One more thing is that entrepreneurs is normally based on the economy, government. So follow the economy, what are the releases and responses, make an analysis, how these changes like petrol prices or the other commodity prices, GST, demonetization, the various schemes, popular schemes available in India is going to what you call as reflect in your business, all those you have to. And most important beyond everything, psychological change is required. Like come out of this self-bonding and think beyond that you can do ultimately. And don't seek help from others for small things, which you can always explore. So now don't ask me that, sir, tell me all those. I have given you the link, I have given you every expression. So you spend some time, go to that link. That is what the entrepreneurial ability is. If you get one word, you should build the entire emperor, right? So finally explore alternative sources of entrepreneurial finance. That is what we have been discussing for last almost like 2 hours, like angel investment as well as venture capital finance, crowdfunding. Maybe in the future, if anything comes in, you can always explore it. So I'm not going to conclude because I always say that start now. It is not a conclusion. So one photograph which I have given is his name is Suresh Sambandam. Very recently, he is from Kadalur, one of the district in Tamil Nadu. After completing his schooling, he didn't go to college also. Like he has, without going to the college, he started his business. Within 10 years, he became a multi-million-dollar company. He has built a software company. And whatever I'm going to say now, from zero, nothing he was having. And he has built a 1,000 crore company business. And he's very popular. You can see all those videos, YouTube videos of his interview. If you are able to understand, you can always see Tamil. He is given in Tamil. But the learning from that interview for any entrepreneur, he says that invest in learning and curiosity. He's saying that rather than investing in all other, invest in learning and curiosity. And that will bring your knowledge and skill to run your business. And please always concentrate on problem solving, not money making. If you want to do business, don't think that you want to make money. Then you may not. If you every time you find some problem, fund problem, finance problem, family problem, or the policy problem, infrastructure problem, any kind of difficulty, solve that problem. Money will come automatically. That's what he said. It's not my words. All these I've grabbed from, acknowledged from Mr. Suresh Sambandam. And also, an entrepreneur should not think you are an owner. You are an owner employee. That we need to understand. Owner is a business. Owner is not. Owner is a business vision, not you. If somebody thinks like that, then ultimately they build an empire of business. And it is not that only people who stand on the borders are nation builders. In my opinion, entrepreneurs are nation builders. Because all the entrepreneurs, one or the other way, they contribute for social development, inclusive development, growth of the country. So if you are going to be an entrepreneur rather than an employee, you are a national builder. And for that, most important weapon that you should have, the attitude you should have to become an entrepreneur and source all these fundings, alternative funding beyond your personal funding, informal or formal, is self-confidence. If you are confident, you can run the show. So if you want to access more information on these areas, I do have my YouTube channel, Dr. V. Arulmurugan. If you go and press it, subscribe it, you have any kind of information regarding entrepreneurship. There is one exclusive playlist I have given for entrepreneurship, entrepreneurial skills. So you can always access. Beyond that, if you want to have any other thing also, you can. So it's a platform for teachers, platform for researchers and students and budding entrepreneurs. So thanks a lot for the entire team, IGNOU, IIC, Institution Innovation Council, National Center for Innovations in Distance Education, and Innovation Club Regional Center, Bangalore. And a special mention to Dr. S. Radha Madam and all the, what do you call it as, respectable directors, deputy directors, additional directors, all the successful entrepreneurs, early stage entrepreneurs and budding entrepreneurs, entrepreneurial aspirants, my own student friends of IGNOU, breadth and length of this country. Thanks a lot for giving this opportunity. I think I have served the information what you require. Still you need, you can contact me at any time for the more specific informations of individual based consultancy. So thanks a lot for giving this opportunity. And especially I want to thank one of my good friend Ramakrishna, who is in Bangalore University, who has networked me and Dr. S. Radha Madam for this program. And as your director was saying that, I'll be very happy in the future also to always collaborate and do any kind of knowledge dissemination or any kind of research activities in the future also. Thanks a lot, madam, and over to you for any kind of discussion.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Really, thanks for a wonderful talk on entrepreneurial finance for stars. And the role of angel investor for a business startup has provided complete guidelines to the participants. We understood clearly who are angel investors, how to meet them, the various schemes offered by Government of India for startups, the entrepreneurial challenges, the entrepreneurial opportunities, and the very wonderful civil sessions. We have inspired the participants to become an angel investor through your motivation speech. Your session has fulfilled that today IIC event theme startup and related ecosystem. This is the theme of IIC calendar event. And hats up to you, sir. Excellent presentation on a very dry subject in a very interesting manner. Really, it's a privilege to have you for today's session. And I also request Dr. Gopi Sharma sir to kindly arrange some more series of recordings and talks with Arul Murugan sir for the benefit of our learners, please. And now I request our learners to kindly share